Now that we have a model made, let's go ahead and do the first thing on our list, which is make a standard assembly drawing. So I'm going to go up and I use the right click method up here where I just create a drawing view. That's the easiest way to do it. And then I'm going to use this presentation that's already made. It's got a part list and everything already on it. So I'll use that A size view. And I'll just click. I don't care. I'm not going to, and I'm actually just not even going to use these. So I'm going to delete them. I'm going to delete those views totally. And I'm going to put my own views in. And now I've got a little bit of playing around to do to figure out what I want. And I'll show you some of the tricks you can do. So I think I want that right-hand view as my primary view. No, actually, I want the top view so that I can make a section right through there. And I've got to be thinking about the size. And I think 1 = 2 is going to be the right size. And I'm going to suppress this view later on once I get the one that I really want. So I'm just kind of generating views that might get me to what I want. So from this one, I know I want a section view. So I'm going to take a section view right through there. And I think I want this section view. I want it this way, not this way. So I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm going to suppress this one. Right click, suppress that view. Move this one up into place so that I can be playing around with what that's going to look like. So, and I'm going to suppress this one too once I get what I want because I'm going to project that view over to, there it is. That's the view I want. I think that looks really cool. Right click, create. That's the view I want. So now I can suppress this one and move this into place where I want it to be. So that should do it. And it's kind of nice because it lets me look at the pieces and how they go together and what that's going to look like. So that's kind of cool. So once I've got that, notice it's already got my list of materials in here. That's really cool. So when I go to my annotations, all I really need to do is auto balloon it and select the view I want to balloon. I want to do that view, get all the parts indicated, and pick where I want to put them. And I like that I usually have them down here at the bottom, and I'm going to show you in a moment how I can move those. So now these numbers correspond with my parts list. And I can see everything is easy to see except for this thing right here. Let me click on that and move it out of the way. I'm going to get it to show kind of there. I can get it to show on the pipe. So now that's a little bit easier to see. And the other one is the piston is really hard to see. So I'm going to move it to a spot that I can see a little bit better. And I want to get it on a point that is easy to see. So I'm going to make it point. That's going to be a little easier to see. And I can make it even a little bit better by moving this one up. Moving this one up. So they're sort of parallel. It looks nice that way. So I've just adjusted those two. Everything else looks pretty good. I think I can move this one to be a little bit more obvious if I point it there. It's easier to see. This one is a little bit more obvious if I point it like right there on the coupling. So sometimes it picks funny spots and you have to move them. When you move them, just make sure that it doesn't accidentally change the numbers somehow. So I know it puts them in the middle, and I like to, or on the corners. I like to put them on the middles. I think it looks a little bit better. This one looks, so there. I've got my bubbles done. I've got my parts list done. I can put my revision block on. Remember, we go with alpha, and I can put it down here. Type new release like I do. And I need to go ahead and work with my text. And this is assembly. And DESGN 30 project should come out with a part number and drawing number. We'll call this one piston. I don't think I've saved this file, which is piston pump 0.45 cubic inch. And I got that just a little bit UIN. It'll fit better. There we go. Because that's what I calculated was it's much it would do each time. And there we go. So the only thing that's not on here are assembly notes. And we'll talk about those at a later time. We can add them on easily. There we go. So I'm going to save this now. Piston pump assembly 1. Save. Yeah, I had one already done. Click. And of course, the last thing to do is to export it to a PDF. There we go. That's how we get our drawing done.